mahuya qleum tessia hilpina kinutentis el huis kelchitus hele meteus asli tali hukwak nax asil katlis muschelks Syilx iln tessia mahoya ul Syilx
O'i chast Syilx go gwast. Achai gala gstchalch gigo I go tgilch a yam. Is gwist qitsamtgo. Is in sima squist Pauline Gregoire Archuchan. In tlach tlchapal Marie ul tchotlamkan Tommy Gregoire and Mary Cameron in tlach tlchap. Huidi squiltem. La schwachan kitlap kan de schelig. En let moestin I daton. A haiglaks tchalk sapi. Lutak switala. Dikmaks tchalk kotlats tsaltal lutat mai. Il sin kltas qacha tkulliu smilats a diablich. Tklqildlich. Ukln qol I nqol sqachatnlich. Mla diablich mlqleulich qlimlich I das tchalk. Is tchalk is iets. It ligal omslich aks tchalk. Gaiad tchalk yadik lakin acham laki huitis tchalk. Himmel hui ul konnig spind kitli ki lwa kinemlich met la diablich tchuilich. Tchilt kalskai met la hui skillich is skillich tlan kamapelks tlan Luasbank Salatelsen Bengten. Lakin malt tchlitselgisen qsiluxlxtls telspalamtin. Malala ulus. Itlaqhap malkhayko sitmala. Kuleum ida is kan git met achterhappet misschien koos qleums ko yaat ai is qalqalt mich koos pagmel wislig de kast kinaslig alpen pinam loten disligilem kon gasqt lutats kastwil lutats tsaaq is te kalqslig met is ookmelig Malchoilig malchikos kotlhuis. O lapnat il admopilki laikut atiap. Kentla hichotem in jachinachum ulwai il wakin. Il skakta o il kika tlets me benuselig koetsjuselig het tsklotiuselig mega latjabelig kakstgalk. When I remember this place, we called it Stchalk. I was about maybe, when I came to remember, maybe 8, 9, 10 years old. We used to come up on a buggy. And before that, it was horseback. You can get up here on horseback in Europe. But when I was 8 or 9 years old, we were on a buggy by then, wagons. Come up here to pick huckleberries. There was plenty of huckleberries. That's why they called it SAGAcom. That's Huckleberry Mountain. Il Shama. And every year we'd come up here. Certain time we'd come up here and spend time with tents, encampment. It was not just our family. There was families from West Bank, from Penticton, and sometimes we'd invite some people from Enderby. We invited them. And sometimes they would invite us to where they have huckleberries. Stay up here maybe 2 weeks, maybe not, maybe 3 weeks. We'd have a big encampment, people, families, different families. The Jack family, Pierre Jack, that is my dad's in-laws, and my mom's relative is William Louie and their family, and a lot of others. Jimmy Bono and his family would come up here, and people from West Bank and Penticton and wherever they'd come from, they'd be here 2-3 weeks maybe. Some of them would stay a week, maybe get enough, and then they'd go home. People came in horseback some days, but by the time I was born, we came on buggies, and we still had horses. Excuse me. We still had pack horses. Yeah. To take our huckleberries back and forth, it takes them. And they used to have them in baskets, big baskets. They were good-sized baskets, and they'd pick them, and the huckleberries would never go sour or get spoiled. They would cover it with leaves and little branches, and they would last.
Once I squished in the wheels, in the happy squished William, nasty tilla. Is quite tilla, listen, Pinton. He's in Coiten. In the ear, William, a lucky cold, than Camapelax. Ulken Skekwa, he's Nicholas and Pinton. Ulken Schachpa, a lucky trap is in Schachbaden. Why he is Campela and Jude. He would goes to Stunums like mine 10 ags the Halk. Sits a kin kille coolens. It a happened als call it welcome. Come Perhamel, he isn't Permane ags the Halk. But between our colleague, it is the Halk. See, come take me. Let's go to me who is. Spechamslich this Latinum. Is it Mala? Can hit stem Timaslich, Hitler Hapslich. To wit. Gegentislich Hitler Hapslich Euslich. His Spechamslich, Kaikelstral Ticken, Ikel School Qualt, Heolsiat. He had a Sintuchten shooting it. Wat ik hier wat ze me steen ik te galk. Als ik ga jaat am kom kweut. Hoe ga kai goed. Jaat zijn toch zijn shooten dit. Ga graag wil ik ga dit ik dat is ga geleid ik wat is niet graag wil ik dit ik niet. Ga je wist jaat zijn permen. Wat eten. Ik is dat eten het schouwist. Us geen dat heb. Is schools na system tima. Ik wil wat na geen te spoelen. Ik wil wat na kemen zaadla. Haken ik slag lacht daar zeg. Kom ik toe met hem. Ik ga is een tochtje shooten. Het is een oerloosden is geilig. Wat toch ik ga het meesteen. Why how I? My name is Wilkie, and my mother and my father's name is, my dad is William Louie, and my mother's name is Esther Louie. And my mother's from Penticton. Her dad is Casimir Pierre. That's my grandfather from Penticton. And of course my dad, he's from Vernon here, and his dad is Gasta Louie. And that's my grandfather from my dad's side, and that's where my dad grew up here in Vernon. And I'm going to tell you a little story about what they did back then. Like, say, like Silver Star, Monashee, and other high mountains where they used to hunt, fish. And hardly anybody talks about that because things changed in the last decades, say half a century. It's different today. And where Silver Star is now, there was people by the hundreds go up there, up to right to the top, and they pick berries. And of course the elders would go hunting. The women would go out and pick berries, and the children would help the mothers and the grandmothers, and the young boys would help their fathers and their grandfathers going up hunting. They follow their dads, and they'd be out all day and they'd come back with a deer or whatever, maybe elk, I don't know, but they always come back with something. And they dry their meat. As soon as they bring it in, they dry the women would cut it up. They'd all share the work. The men would cut up the meat, and the women would put it on them sticks, and they dry it. And they'll do a whole bunch, and they put it in a hide, skin hide, and they put it all in there, and it carried back down. Well, that time they didn't have no cars, trucks, 4x4s or nothing. They had wagons. Went up there in a wagon, and some people are riding horses, and some of them are walking. So there's a lot of people that just fill that little mountain up there, up at Silver Star. And of course, not the only Silver Star. You got Monashee, and there's Sugar Lake. There's so many places people go from all over. That's where they made their trades. So that's my story about Silver Star and Monashee, and of course Sugar Lake. And today, I guess nobody talks about that, and that very little that I know that I could explain to you guys now today. So that's my story.